Hey everyone, I'm Phoebe, and today I'm talking about Heartstopper. Okay, in case you've been living under a rock for the last 3 months, or you haven't seen my endless tweets about it, Heartstopper is a book series, as you can see right here, about 2 boys that fall in love. But, it's also a show on Netflix now. The show is based on the book. And it's my favorite show now. I'm sorry, Steven Universe, you had a good run, but make way for Heartstopper. It's totally replaced Glee as my #1 obsession, though. Like, what even is Glee? But yeah, today I'm going to do a review of the series. I've changed this video so many times though. Like I tried to record it yesterday as the time I'm recording this, but wasn't really happy with the way it turned out. So let's try again. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about are the protagonists, Charlie and Nick. They're at first they're just friends, and Nick thinks he's straight, but as the series goes on, they start to grow feelings for each other, and then obviously that's why it's called Heartstopper. And by the end, I'll talk about it in a minute. By the end, they become boyfriends, and it's just so cute and so wholesome, and I love it. And here's something that I never thought I'd ever say, but Nick and Charlie are a better relationship than Kurt and Blaine. Yeah, they have now replaced Kurt and Blaine as my favorite LGBT couple. So that video I made a while ago doesn't even matter now, because Nick and Charlie are now in my life, and they are the best LGBT couple ever. I love them both so much. The way Nick and Charlie's relationship is developed over the series is so believable and realistic. Like the fact that Charlie just falls in love with Nick first, because Charlie's already out the closet and accepted of himself, and he thinks Nick is just his straight friend, and Nick thinks he's just a straight friend as well. I mean, Nick knows that Charlie's gay, but that's whatever. But then when he starts to develop feelings for him, he gets really confused and starts even researching if he's gay or not. And as someone who's done that as well, that kind of hit hard. But yeah, it was really believable, and Nick's development over the series, just wow. I really felt that. Like, I really did. Also, before Charlie even, becomes real friends with Nick, he's in a relationship with his other boy called Ben, who is just toxic, oh my god. He pretends he doesn't know him in the hallways, tells him to keep their relationship a secret, and when Charlie sees him cheating on him with a girl, okay, and tells him he doesn't want to be with him anymore, he forcefully kisses him without consent, pins him to the wall. It's horrible. The scene makes me uncomfortable, but I'm glad they showed it. But don't worry, Nick comes in and saves the day and literally rips him off of Charlie and tells him to piss off, and that was brilliant. I loved that. And then that's when Charlie tells Nick everything, and then that's when they start becoming really good friends, and then, that's when they start hanging out together, and when they're spending one night together, Nick goes to grab Charlie's hand, but, backs out straight, away. Charlie's asleep, though, by the way, in case you're wondering. And then another point in the series, Nick gets invited to his friend's party, and he takes Charlie with him, but, then Charlie gets uncomfortable, because they're trying to set Nick up with a girl he kissed when he was 13, who is got a girlfriend, by the way, might I add, and, then he goes to find Charlie, and then they race upstairs to, because they're in a hotel, so they race upstairs to one of the rooms, and then that's when they kissed for the first time, and that was amazing. Also, I just want to add, the little animations that happen whenever, someone grows feelings for someone, or when a spark happens, those are so amazing. I love them so much. Great job on that. Nick asks Charlie to keep their relationship a secret for a while, but it's not because he's embarrassed of him, it's just because Nick is not ready to come out, which, that's totally fair. But, that as the series continues and they're keeping their relationship a secret, he tells some people, the girl he kissed and her girlfriend, and Charlie's best friends, Elle and Isaac, and he doesn't tell his other best friend at first, but we'll get to him, don't you worry, because I have a lot to say about him. And then by the end of the series, Charlie and Nick's friends call Charlie, I don't want to say that word on my channel, but you know what word I'm thinking of, and he freaking punches them in the face, and then Charlie doesn't want to be with Nick, not because of what happened, but because he doesn't want him to ruin his life over him. But Nick tells him that he doesn't care, and he'll fight anyone over Charlie, and then that's when they become official, and he even tells people and tells his mom, and it's so amazing. And in case you're wondering, Nick is bisexual. He figures that out for himself, which was done really well as well. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Charlie's friend Tao. I have a lot to say about him. I'm not gonna lie, I hate his character, a lot. He is the worst character in the show. He is this show's Rachel Berry, okay? That's how bad he is. I get what he's supposed to represent. He does love Charlie, not in that way, but he loves Charlie platonically, and I can feel that, but the way he goes about it is not okay, okay? basically saying, because obviously Charlie isn't telling Tao that he's actually dating Nick. He just thinks Charlie has a crush on Nick, and he's like, you need to stop this with Nick. He has a girlfriend. He likes girls. You're wasting your time with him. And it's kind of like, I get what you're doing, but come on. And he's just jealous that, and no, not jealous, but afraid that all of his friends are gonna leave him and he's gonna like be alone. And come on. Like, just admit that, please. Just say that, and then everyone will be understanding. Like, you don't have to be this way. And then, when their other friend Elle accidentally tells him that they're dating, he gets all offended that Charlie never told him and tells him to stay away from him, and says that, because he got in a fight with a year 11, which is the same one that invited Nick to the party, by the way, and it's like, come on, just stop it. And then he blames Charlie for the fight, and like, oh my god, it's so annoying. He is annoying. He's the worst character. I don't like him. I hope Season 2 fixes him. I mean, looking at the way it's going, I'm sure he'll be better in Season 2. He also has a crush on their friend Elle. I'll get to her in a minute. Which is actually really nice. I hope they end up together. And I hope he becomes a better character. Because I don't want him to be the Rachel. No one will ever be as bad as her, but still. I want to talk about Elle real quick. Now, oh sorry, that was my remote. Now, this is kind of like hard for me because there isn't really much to say about Elle because, she wasn't really focused much on in Season 1, because Season 1's more about Charlie and Nick, and I'm hoping Season 2 kind of, like, puts more focus on the other characters. Because even though Nick and Charlie are my favorite characters, I kind of want to see more from the other characters. And also, as a cis white male, it's kind of hard for me to relate to Elle that much, to be honest. Like, I did relate to her when she was sitting alone in the lunch hall with no friends. That kind of, like, brought back memories. But, yeah, it's just, like, it's kind of hard to relate to her for me. I'm sure there's plenty of people that relate to her, and I really hope there is, because she is an amazing character. But just for me personally, I'm not saying I hate her. Of course I don't. I love Elle so much. I think she's great representation, and Yasmin, I don't remember her last name, but Yasmin does a great job of portraying her. I gotta pick this up, though. I'm leaving that in. Also, Elle used to go to the boys' school with Charlie and Tao and their other friend Isaac. I'm not going to talk about Isaac because he just doesn't have anything in this season, but he is going to be a bigger part in Season 2, so I'll talk about him then. But anyway, Elle used to go to the boys' school, but she kept being suspended because she kept growing her hair out. And also, just a little side note, even if she was a boy, just leave her alone. Let her grow her hair out. Like, I don't understand the problem with that. Let boys have long hair. And then also, the year 11 Harry, the one who fought Tao, the one who called Charlie the F word, the one who invited Nick to the party, he was calling her slurs and being transphobic, of course, no surprises there. And, that was just bringing her down. So when she finally got to move to the girls' school the next year, and she was finding it better, but she also didn't have any friends. And the scene when she's sitting alone in the lunch hall, like I said, oh my god. But then Tara and Darcy become friends with her. Tara's the girl that Nick kissed, and that was amazing. I really loved that. And then she brings them into her old friend group, and then they all become friends, which is really great. I love that so much. So great job on that. That was really realistic. Again, though, I can't really say that much about Elle. Hopefully there's more focus on her in Season 2 and her relationship with Tao, because she really likes Tao, but she won't tell him. Everyone's telling her to tell him, but she just won't, and I really hope she does, because that would be amazing. And hopefully that would make his character better, too. I also want to talk about Tara and Darcy for a little bit. They were like even least focused upon compared to Elle. I don't know if I said that right, but you know what I mean. And I hope they get more focused on, because I really like their relationship. Because unlike the other relationships in the show, they were already together before the show began. And their story is basically them coming out to everyone, and everyone treats them horrible. And Tara even has a little mental breakdown. It's so sad, but it's so realistic. She's saying how everyone treats her different because they all know she's a lesbian, and honestly, that is real. I've experienced that as well, and it's not okay. It's never okay. So, she shouldn't have to go through that. No one should have to go through that, because, love is love. But it was a shame on her. But Darcy, has been out of the closet much longer than hers, so she's there for her. And their relationship was really cute as well. They would flirt together even before they were out to everyone, which was really cute, and I liked that. But, I hope that, in Season 2 it's a lot better for them. Also, my favorite scene in the show, I think it's a tie between two scenes. The first scene I'll talk about was in Episode 2, when Charlie goes up to Nick's house so he can see his dog, because he loves dogs but they don't have one. and it starts snowing, so they go out and play in the snow together, and it's amazing. Nick even gives Charlie his jumper, and it's adorable. I love that so much. And they have the best day together. And then my second favorite scene is actually in the last episode, when they go to the beach on their very first official, one-on-one date. Because they've been on a double date with Tara and Darcy before, but, it wasn't really like an open date. They didn't tell anyone, but, this date was amazing, and Nick shouts to like the world that he's in love with Charlie, and then he literally picks Charlie up and shouts, that they're boyfriends, and it's amazing. I loved it so much. And then they just lie on the sand and, just cuddle, and I just love that a lot, The show kind of made me cry a lot, to be honest, I will admit. I'm not afraid to admit that, though. Another one of my favorite scenes as well and on sports day, when Nick is supposed to play playing rugby, he just throws the ball away and just runs to Charlie, and then they grab hands and just go into the school and tell each other how much they love each other, and that was amazing too. Like, just the show is amazing. I love the show so much. It's never going to not be my favorite show. I think it's going to be my favorite show for a long time. Also, another thing I want to talk about in the series as well, there's a scene where this girl, Imogene, asks Nick out, and all of his friends are watching who don't know he's bi yet and dating Charlie, and he just says yes because, he doesn't know what to say. And afterwards he does regret it, and he tries to break up with her, but, on the day he tries to break up with her, her dog died, so, of course. So, like, he just still agrees to go out with her, and she's planning the date. But then, he talks to his mom about it. He doesn't come out to her yet. And she says that he shouldn't go out with her just because he feels bad. And he also said he'd go to Charlie's birthday party. Now, I just want to say, if this was any other show, they would have had it that he was trying to do both at the same time, where he was trying to go on the date and Charlie's birthday at the same time, and, like, going back and forth. But no, this show was like, no. So he goes to Charlie's birthday party, and he tells Imogene that he can't go on the date. And then the next day, he tells Imogene why he wasn't there and why he feels like they're not right for each other, and I think that was amazing. And she understands as well, which is great, because they could have had her be a jealous cow, and that would have been like, come on. But no, I was actually pleasantly surprised with that, so great work on that as well. Well, I guess that's my review of Heartstopper Season 1. Season 2 is not out yet. They'll be filming that in September, but I'll definitely be making a follow-up video when Season 2 does drop, because I love this series too much, and there's going to be other videos about Heartstopper as well, so look forward to that. But that's where I'm going to end this video here. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and please like and subscribe. And I'm BB, and I'll see you next time. Bye!